on copyright infringement.
No, the one that gets me is the camera.
Who lives in a Mustang?
Is the camera from inside the car
Hang on, guys.
where
we
the
got a
techno
problem.
song started playing? It's like, are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? The chick's driving and the dude's in the passenger seat just going off, and then when the song kicks off, just goes nuts.
There we go. I fixed it.
Okay.
We're good now.
Are we sure?
Yes.
SpongeBob
We're back to actual video. It was frozen.
So it's
from
just
like
us.
15, 20 minutes
Everybody
ago.
pointing at
I was
Dan.
gonna say that.
Hold on.
Oh, whoa!
There's Chris. Hey,
We're good
there we
now.
go.
Shit.
Sorry, we forgot there's a delay. Dan, it already was
Oh,
live
oh.
when you started to do that.
What? What are we live?
Yeah, so you just end up freezing.
Yeah, hello.
Anyway, sorry. We are Pints and Pistons. We make stupid jokes. We do stupid things
We talk about cars occasionally. We drink beer.
all the time.
All the time.
95% of the time, we're
Speaking
a
of
cooking
that,
show.
So anyway, hi everybody. My name is Daniel.
Oh my god.
Hi Daniel.
One leg.
Chris.
Mike.
I'm
Zach.
Zach.
And I'm Louise. Anyway, I'll go get her beer.
Okay. We talk about cars and we drink beers and we know things. Good evening.
Concuss. Mike's having a hard.
Old school garage.
Mike's having a hard time with words tonight. Apparently, it's not that much different.
Words
than
are hard.
It's not that much different than the other night, really.
I was gonna. Well, when you're that short, the processing, takes. That's like we have like one of them flush alignment racks that's mounted in the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day I was just like standing in it, and looking around. Nick asked me what I'm doing, and I said, "I'm just wondering what it's like to be Mike."
The thing is, though, you'll never know what it's like to be Mike.
No.
Because at any time you can just step up and be normal again.
Exactly.
I am very excited about this one because I realized who brews it. And
yeah.
okay,
Oh.
yes, yes. So I'll
Yes.
let Brian say this, but I am very excited about this one.
Yeah, like I said, I saw
Zach
this.
just got excited. He didn't even drink beer.
Yeah, I saw this one and I was like, hell yeah. So what I found is Lost Coast Brewing Blackberry Lager. American lager that is lightly infused with blackberry, crisp, clean, and refreshing with a moderate hint of fruit on the nose. A new take on an old classic.
So the reason why I'm very excited about this is because Lost Coast does.
I am going to split with somebody if that's okay.
Okay. Who wants to split?
I will split with you.
Okay.
Perfect.
Well then here I'll put the last one back into there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So
Okay,
you
I'll
split
pour
with
it and
Chris.
split with
Yep.
you.
Let me put this back
Oh,
in
I
here.
was kind of hoping it was going to be like,
But I'm very
Blackberry.
excited because
yeah, like dark
because
berry
Lost
colored.
Coast does the tangerine one. which
Yes.
is
No,
fucking
I love
amazing.
Lost Coast.
Oh yeah, that tangerine ale is like summer in a glass.
I know. It's one
And-
of my favorite. I love tangerine ales.
And like I said, with our weather turning warm again because Florida.
A little wobbly over here.
Thank you.
Okay, so
Ooh.
I'm a big fan of blackberry when it comes to drinking anything like, specifically blackberry Crown.
Ooh, smell it.
See,
Well, this
I'm
smells
not a big fan of the Blackberry Crown, but it's one of those. The tangerine one tastes like you're drinking tangerine
Yeah.
juice.
I'm excited.
So
for
I
this.
It's
am
like a
Yeah.
blackberry dreamsicle.
Oh,
And
wow.
it's only 5%, which
Wow.
yeah, this is gonna be released.
just cracking that open to smell that just came
Oh,
off
it
of
smells
that.
really good.
Oh.
I honestly wish it was like blackberry colored.
Yeah, but the tangerine one is the same as that color
True.
too. So, but I'm really hoping this is going to be the same effect because I absolutely love that.
Gentlemen.
That and then mango cart with them.
Salud.
Salud.
Chin chin.
Slancha.
Slancha.
Prost.
Kenpai.
Oh, that's fucking delicious.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner.
that is good.
We haven't even had the other beer I bought.
It's like
Woo! It's
just
crisp.
blackberry juice.
It's crisp, clean.
Zach didn't say anything. Zach doesn't like it, so
It's mostly gone already.
That's not true.
oh,
it's
okay.
mostly gone.
I was gonna say he's already down half of what he
I was
poured.
gonna say
I was
it.
gonna say it took me everything to stop at the halfway mark that I
that
poured
is-
at because as soon as I started tasting it, I immediately regretted giving him more in our half of the split.
Oh.
That I didn't get the full.
That's
on.
refreshing.
That is
That's
This is
it's
right up there.
legitimately refreshing.
This is right up there with that Sally Sue citrus ale that I just had. Like this is
Oh,
now.
yeah, the toppling
this
Goliath.
Is, yeah, this is This is
So
fantastic.
to break it down, like first off, it's a lager
Yeah.
as a base, right? And it's a fantastic lager.
Yeah,
in
this is good.
And then
That's
the
it.
blackberry
It doesn't
is
grind.
is just kind of sitting on top of the lager flavor.
That is, but that's exactly how
But
the
it's
tangerine one
perfect.
is. It's
Right.
Like they're separate flavors, and both of them are perfect.
I want,
See, I
I
think I
want
like
to be
lagers.
sweating outside with my lawnmower right now.
Right, I am
want
sweating
me to start
outside.
mine?
This is cold and fantastic.
It's
Like,
got so much
just
torque in
good.
a hot Coke can.
it will.
Yeah, cool.
It'll have a
Yeah.
blackberry lager can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, and I will say
Oh yeah,
too,
that is.
That's delicious.
I really enjoy how almost generic that can looks from a distance. What
yeah.
is it? It's blackberry lager.
Yeah.
It's just,
Well, and also with the
It's
red,
what
with,
it
well,
is.
with the red around the top, it almost looks like a generic
just-
shit
right.
beer that would be
Yeah.
like the 25% more like on the top type
Yeah.
deal. Yeah,
All right,
I love
Yeah,
it.
it's,
I love it.
yeah, like the 99-cent bin at Circle K.
yeah.
to dive straight in. So, I drove some cars this week.
So you've
Really,
said.
I did too.
Yeah, there was some
Yeah.
there was
Back
some
and forth to
moving
work.
around some stuff.
Some Gone in 60 Seconds stuff.
Yeah, so I'll just run through a couple of the ones I thoroughly enjoyed. One of them.
Hey, Chris.
Hello,
Howdy.
What is up,
Mr.
dude?
Bachman. One of them was a Hyundai Elantra N.
Manual.
No,
No,
unfortunately,
it's a
but
DCT. Well, there's a DCT
but-
at least.
but catless downpipe,
Mm.
tuned, corn, cold air intake, blow off valve.
So when you start it up, it goes. Bow, 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 bow.
Like that.
Well, no, it's something that it's the start of blind.
It was fast.
Oh yeah, no, I actually
was-
really like those. I'm considering getting one before.
It felt like a 400
I
horsepower
remember it didn't
front
really
wheel
seem
drive
to
car.
Hyundai.
Yeah.
Probably
Yeah.
was that corn.
True.
It probably was.
That's what happened
If
every
you've
time
gone
I
so
think
far
about
that you're running
Veloster.
corn, your car's
Ooh.
quick.
Yeah.
It's pretty sweet.
Like you don't get to that point without.
Pretty freaking
No.
I was
sweet.
gonna
Doing
say,
a
as
lot of
small
other
as they
stuff.
are, like even
I mean, you
285
might get there
horsepower
on
is like a
So,
good number for
Ke-
like
But at that
Keynote-
point,
Well,
you're
that's what
built
they
for
are
a good
stock.
time,
So,
not for
I
a
wanna-
long
What,
time.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying is, if you
Veloster,
go to
yeah,
the point where you're like,
285,
I'm switching to
300,
corn,
The
Yeah.
Elantra N's
you've
290.
done all the other
Well, I
stuff.
guess
They come with a big
That's
turbo.
not a small mod on
That's
it.
not a
So-
that's not a starting mod.
Right.
Keynotes, car handled amazingly.
That's the thing that I've heard about them is they are really
amazingly.
good handlers.
The seats are super cool. They're like half carbon buckets, and they're like traditional race seat style buckets. And in the middle, it has like a glowing N logo. It's really cool.
Nice.
And when you adjust like the driver profile and get like the springs dialed in and everything, you can bounce on corners with it, and it has like a torque vectoring rev matching, so you can put it in auto sport, and it'll pick the right gear and apply the right power through turns with your throttle input. It had a lot of cool stuff on it, and it was actually a very enjoyable car to drive. And on to number 2.
Okay.
Hold that thought.
Yes.
Speaking of Hyundais, do we get the i30N here?
No.
The i30 is the Elantra.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
because
yeah, yes, it's not the hatch.
I saw a video of the hatch, the i30N, Misha.
Oh,
zing-
around, yeah.
4 laps,
Oh, yeah.
zinging it around
Yeah,
the
yeah.
ring.
So the
That little thing's a weapon.
Yep.
The i30 is an Elantra hatchback. It's the same drivetrain, just in a hatchback. We don't get that actual.
Okay,
car.
'cause, yeah, the only thing it had different brake pads and it had some Nanking CRS tires on it.
That car was pretty
And
freaking
and
vicious,
sending
man.
that thing around the ring, like it took 4 laps of the ring. There were some cautions, but for the most part, it was full send around the ring, and that thing did not overheat. It didn't do any weird stuff. It didn't go into limp mode. It took 4 solid laps of the ring
That's
and just
good.
ate it up like it was nothing, and it looked like fun.
Refresh my memory. Now the Elantra is the same platform as the K5, right?
No.
They're not the same
it-
platform.
The
in now terms, it'd be the K4.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
was gonna say yeah, the Elantra's
Forte. It was Forte.
Because we just got the K4,
the hatch.
the hatchback.
Those are cool.
We just
looking.
got them.
I like them. So next car. Dun 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 dun.
And then
It's the same kind of thing like that was just brought out here. A 6-pack.
Oh, one of the Chargers.
Really?
Yep. New 6-pack.
I like them. I like them, man.
They're big cars.
I go on record. I do like the new Chargers with the 6-pack in them.
I like
Alright, so-
a 4,400-pound car with a.
Love the sound.
Which is basically all the cars that we have now.
Love the sound.
So dumb.
Love the transmission. car handles a lot better than it looks,
I hope.
but you can still feel that it is a car of that weight.
Well,
and
hold on.
size.
Which
Like,
is also
when-
what you could say about the old Challenger and the old Charger.
Correct.
And the current Mustang, and the Camaro, and the current Mustang.
400
Here's-
pounds being compared to cars that were 29 to 31. 300
But
pounds
here's
was
my-
not much of a difference compared
here's
to
my-
1,000
my
pounds
biggest thing
more
about
now.
it.
You got a heavy. My
With-
Camaro's 36.
Well, with
to
how
me, and
square
it's
the front
really-
is, it almost had the Prowler effect.
Ah, yeah.
So, like, when you would turn one way, like, all you could see is fender. Like, it was, like, I didn't like
Visibility's not great.
terrible.
Well, that tracks.
Terrible.
I mean, it is
That tracks.
It-
Love,
it-
I, love the technology,
I mean,
love
it is
the
a-
launch
it is a-
control
it is
feature
a
and all
big
that
car.
stuff. But it is a big car. And then
I like it though.
my last one.
But that's what happens when you take a 4-door car and make it a 2-door.
BMW.
Whichin'?
Turn signals work?
Did you finally get your black one going?
No, his
G80
M3?
M3.
Ooh. No.
I only got to go up and down 19 with it.
Sticker dual clutch.
No, I'm not up on
Dual clutch.
my alphabets and numbers put together. I'm horrible at algebra. What generation is
You know,
One-
you
is
know,
it-
you know the ones that look like this.
Was it one generation? Was
You
it
know,
one?
the new ones.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Was it one generation ago, or is it still the current generation?
Still current.
It's G80, yeah.
I was gonna say you had.
Yeah,
Letters and numbers together,
it's got
you'll
buck
lose
tooth.
me.
It's got
Love-
buck teeth.
They've had
Fantastic.
buck teeth for a while.
Yeah,
it's
but-
kind of a BMW thing.
Pure driver's car, and then
But people also build drift cars out of them.
last one.
Ah.
Last one. The new BMW 2 Series that looks like a Kia Forte.
Yeah.
Oh, the little tiny one.
What a globbering, steaming pile of shit.
little baby beamer.
So first
Because
of
they
all,
got rid of the one series,
Yeah,
and now
so
they
first
Oh,
of
wait a
all-
minute. Is that little shit box that's actually built in Austria by Magna Steyr?
yes.
Ah, yeah.
Oh,
So
little
basically,
baby beamer.
but like it's a normal sized car. So
Okay.
I'm like, all right, and I'm like
Excuse me.
looking at it, and then the used car tech goes, "Oh, get in it," and I'm like, "Why?" And he goes, "Sorry, try to get in it." Like, what do you
Small,
mean?
isn't it?
It felt like getting into a Lamborghini.
Dude,
The tunnel is like super low for
Mm.
the seat.
perfect.
So I crawled into it, and then
Yes.
I went like this and went. I'm like, what the heck?
Race car.
And I'm like,
Get used to it.
I'm hitting the roof, and I'm like, no, the seat's got to go down more, and it goes, meow, and I was like, okay. I couldn't sit straight up in the car.
Right.
The
Perfect.
roof line was, and I even got in the passenger seat, which was a manual seat. It wasn't like this seat wasn't going all the way down. You as a normal human can't fit. I mean, you could, but you can't fit in the fucking car.
I'm like, you're describing a perfect car for me.
And
So
Dino's-
basically, you just gotta do a cholo lean.
Well,
Yeah.
but
Exactly.
that's why
It's
that's
like
why
if
they
you
drive it
look
like that.
left and you just see B pillar. Perfect. That's what we want.
Yeah, that's basically me driving any mid-sized 4-door car.
Ah,
That
yeah.
is me and my Camaro. Well, it would be me and my Camaro if my Camaro didn't have long ass doors, because you can like pretty much go back and like have your eyes out the window the whole time, and then because the pillars.
I was gonna say
far
that's
back.
why the Focus made me feel not as short, because even with my seating position, I was like right with like the door, like right at the edge, and I'm like, oh, I feel like a normal person. I'm in the Mustang, I'm like, door handle here, I'm like, oh, I'm fine. And I realized long ass door, I'm like, fuck, I'm like not even at the halfway point. I'm like towards like the front quarter. I'm like, fuck.
That
I
was
look
always
like
the
a-
worst
I look
part
like a-
about the Mustang.
I
was
look
the
like a
length
small
of the
child.
doors. Like any
Oh.
normal parking lot, you can't open the
No.
door all the way.
But
You
also,
never could.
Right.
being
I
5'3", I looked like a child
you're in the-
driving it.
Yeah, because I have a gang sign to throw
Right,
up.
you have your
Oh.
gang sign. to
Yeah,
go
but
up.
you're
'cause I can
also-
always throw my gang colors.
You're
I'm good.
also 7-8 inches taller than me.
Yeah, so my seat is almost all the way to the stop.
I
It's
will-
not on the stops, but it's close to the stops going back. So when I open the door, it's just like stepping out.
Yeah, no. I open the door, I'm at the fucking door handle, and I gotta scoot up that way. It's
As
like
a
when I get in
big
Jason's
Chevy
car, I'm
guy.
like, I'll get there sooner or later. I still can't press the brake to start the car. Here we go.
As-
Yeah, so I did. That's my stuff.
Yeah.
I had a couple car spots, nothing like crazy. The coolest thing, honestly, was I saw like a off-road-esque diesel New Beetle. It was kind of
Nice.
cool. It was a blue one. It was lifted with like mud tires on it and rolling coal.
Dig it.
And I was like, that's actually pretty cool.
I did see another VW Rabbit pickup, but this one actually had a small camper shell on the back of it.
Nice.
But it was the same color as that duck egg blue as what's his face is up here at Nick Nicholas.
What?
It's the same one. He put a camper shell on.
Oh,
the
it
back.
is the same
Yep.
one. I was
Yep.
gonna say
I was
because I know he still has.
That-
it.
He put a
dude-
camper shell on the
That
back.
dude's cool as hell, man.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
there was one time he stopped me in traffic and he was like, that thing's fucking
Yeah,
cool,
no,
man. It
no,
sounds
he-
good. I'm like, dude,
he's
I was
had
like,
that
your fucking
for-
Rabbit's cool, man. And I said, you've been driving that thing forever. Because, like,
He's
I know
had
he's
that
had it
for
for a long
20
time.
plus
Diesel Rabbit, he gets
years,
like
yeah.
50 miles to the gallon. He daily drives that thing.
60
It's got over
horsepower.
300,000 miles.
But it
on
was, but it was also kind of cool because like we're all Mustang and car people and stuff like that, and I'm like walking around and I look up here, I'm like, honestly, that's one of the coolest cars here. And he just kind of looks at me, I'm like, dude, it's a diesel Rabbit pickup truck. You never see those.
Yeah.
And he's like, I drive this thing every day. I think it's cool.
Yep. Yeah. No. He's now got. Last week was when I passed him because it was when school wasn't in, so we did a 7 to 3, and I passed him as like he was coming out of like when he would and it had a little shell on it. I'm like, son of a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it looked like that. Yeah, little shell.
So,
Another thing I saw was
What did you
a convertible conversion Challenger, which we've seen a couple of those around. But this one, new one running around, is a Hellcat one with a 6-speed manual. So even though as gaudy as it is, I gotta give the guy credit because
6-speed manual.
6-speed manual
Hellcat.
and yeah,
If there's
it's not
anything you
Patrick.
wanna
Patrick
make
didn't cut the roof
upside
off of his.
down,
He cut the roof off of
it
his,
has a
but
windshield holding it up. Do they
so,
have roll bars on those?
no roll bar. There's
Perfect. Like
no
I said,
rollover
if there's one
protection.
thing you want to see upside down is that whole windshield just fold down.
Oh yeah, no, there
And
is
that
absolutely
brick,
no, there is
that
no protection.
4,500-pound brick just be a flat brick.
so I want to
It will be.
throw something out there. Are you
got a
gonna
football?
are you all ready for this?
Yeah.
I want your theories. What you think would have happened?
Well, hold on. We didn't get the rest of our car spots.
Oh, did we have more?
Well, did we never
I mean,
asked
I've
Chris?
I've seen a couple. I saw a really, really, really nice, like 78, 79 Power Wagon.
Oh, yeah.
On the way up here, lifted, fully restored,
Dope.
the whole, like full SEMA build underneath, but like functional. Really
I was
nice.
gonna say no Bluetooth right
I
there.
also saw a pair
Bluetooth welds.
of like full-blown Apocalypse Weekend Road Warrior Volkswagen Bugs in Crystal River yesterday.
Nice.
I wonder if they were
like-
part of the Gambler because last
Maybe that's what it
La-
was, because
la-
they
so
were running
last-
like dually tires in the
last
back
weekend
and shit. It
when
was
we were in
wild.
St. Augustine was when the Gambler 500 through to Ocala Forest was going on. So on our way
Oh,
out
okay.
there, we saw a couple. Sunday on our way home after we hit Buc-ee's, we were passing them because Sunday at like 1 o'clock was like the final checkpoint. Everything was done and
Yeah.
all that. So it was about that time we were running through, and we saw probably 30 to 45 cars, and there was a couple diesel Beetles off-road tires. There was a Grand Marquis that was completely chopped in half, made into an exoskeleton fucking thing.
That's what these were. These
They're-
were old Volkswagens,
Yep.
like 60s, 70s Volkswagen Bugs.
Yep.
They were
And
all
there's
like
all-
fenders
yep.
cut off
Yep.
and roofs cut off,
That's
and
cool.
dually tires in the
a
back,
Festiva,
all kinds of crazy shit.
Festiva.
with oil cooler mounted to like above the windshield
Perfect.
and that like off-road tires, but like they weren't like 30s, they were like 24s, but were huge
That is
for a
the worst headlight
Festiva
I've ever seen on a motorcycle.
Can't see
because you know
You
like,
haven't seen my bike set like
because a
that.
Festiva with 24s is like, damn, look at those giant tires on that, because you
That's
know
pretty cool.
it's like a golf cart. Yeah, no doors and all that. So, like, yeah, it was watching all
Nice.
that stuff, and yeah, those were some
Nice.
cool fucking spots.
Oh, on Croft, coming here, I passed a GMT 400 GMC.
Mm-hmm.
Glass headlight, so work truck spin, short cab, short bed, and a light metallic blue silver on the bottom. Really nice, like
Look how happy
like
he
the
is.
last honest
Look how happy
pickup
he
truck.
is.
Yesterday, as I was
You
leaving
can
work,
even have the 4.3, but just a little 5-speed to play with, and some rolly up and down windows.
It probably had cranky windows because it had because like I said
280,000 miles on it.
like I said it was glass headlights, so it was WT trim. But
I
And
saw,
she gonna-
I saw
she
an
gonna
interesting
drive
one of
with a
those.
little
So
wiggle in
like
the steering
94,
wheel?
95, like the last of the square body Chevys.
yeah, GMT 400s.
Okay, long bed, double cab, towing a like 15-foot box
Bro,
trailer,
they-
and I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
absolutely. It was
They
clean too.
Yeah.
It was super
So,
clean.
yesterday, as I was leaving work, just went through the gate, locking it up, pulling up to the light right there at our entrance and that, and coming through was a single cab short bed, Mexican GTR. So it was a 23 to 24 F-150. It was actually a Roush one, that anthracite blue, so that really dark blue, but as soon as the sun hits it, it's fucking bright as fuck. And that slammed down, wells all around, and the Roush logos were all like neon green and all that. And that's how I knew it was a Roush, because of that.
Speaking of neon green, saw the Ryobi truck Wednesday.
You did?
Yep.
You did? Not the Ryobi truck.
Did I break it?
Do we break what? Oh, sorry. Is there, no, you didn't break anything. Sorry. But hey, how's it going, Hicks Garage? There's not a Ryobi truck in Ocala at the dealership. There's a brand new, orange one. Basically, it's a 5-liter short bed, single cab, but it is like construction cone orange.
Oh, nice.
Brand new. And I was
Nice.
like, I didn't even know that was a color option. And that. So yeah. That was pretty cool sight. Well, that was a Facebook sighting. But
God
anyway.
damn, that was so good.
So, what ifs? What ifs?
I'm gonna throw the first one out.
Okay, what is it?
All right.
Pontiac?
Oh.
No, okay. Well, that would have been mine.
So
I would love it.
what do you got? What if?
Mike
What if?
said a guy came into Napa with a Super Snake F-150.
Nice.
I've seen that
Nice.
one running around.
What if Ford gave up and never went into the 24-hour Le Mans? What do you think would have happened?
They would have saved a boatload of money kicking Ferrari's ass.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it would have propelled them
They would have maintained
into?
government contracts. They already had them back then. Like, what are you saying? What if what? Like, are
She
we
had
just
an
talking about like?
Oh,
what-
this is back
Like,
in
what-
this
what
is
do you-
back in the day. Ford
What,
So
wanted-
this was-
what do
this
you
was
what do you think it
64.
would make happen? Do you think that Ford would have reinvested that money and kicked off their super fleet?
Well, no. Well,
That
it was
they
because
have now?
what
Or-
happened was it because they wanted to buy Ferrari.
But it was also part of when Ford was doing their total performance offensives. They were NASCAR, NHRA, desert racing,
So they had
And they
every-
just-
sport,
and
you
they
know,
just
and
pull
they were
out.
also doing like
Well, no,
sports car
no,
racing domestically, GT racing, and everything else.
See, I don't think a lot would have changed because you're saying if they would have pulled out the 24 hours of Le Mans.
Or
they
never.
Well, yeah. At that point, they still, as Brian was saying, you have your drag racing, you have your
Yeah.
NASCAR, you still have your other, like, your other roundabout.
I think they would have
cars.
excelled in those
They-
other
you would've
areas.
done the other things,
like,
but the
They would have
24
been-
hours-
No more. Are you saying if they never created the GT40 or
Right.
something like that?
It would have been the GT40 wouldn't have been created, but a like-minded monster would have been created for another section of racing.
Like the path would have just kind
If,
of came
honestly,
back around,
okay,
you
I can
think.
actually probably nail this one down specifically. If the GT40 program had never been kicked off, then the big block coil spring Daytona Coupe that never made it to racing would have happened.
Yeah.
So what happened was Ken Miles developed a car that they called the Turd,
Right.
and that's known as the Flip Top Special.
Correct.
That is, it's a leaf spring chassis, which is the same as the 260, 289 Cobras and the Daytona Coupes,
Right.
but it had big block power.
Yes.
And it was like, it's just a one-off special. I think it's CSX 2166 chassis number on that car. But they were developing that, and the idea was to put the aluminum 427 big block into a Daytona Coupe.
Right.
I think one was constructed, it was known as the Super Coupe, so the tail end was shaped differently and stuff like that. But Ford was worried that their GT Pro 40 would get passed by this thing on the Mulsanne. Like, that slippery shape with that power plant, it would probably have gone faster than the GT40.
Yes, it
So,
is.
So this is what I was trying to do by doing this.
But
See?
okay, but then even if the GT40 wasn't made, this was like accelerated. It still would have been outdated technology quickly because of
any race car is that way.
Yeah.
Any race car
Right.
is that way.
So
Now,
then
and this
we
is
One-
would've
one
just-
season-
So
one
we would have had
season
just
in, yeah.
GT40s later,
Yeah.
like or.
Eh,
well, I
here's-
mean, we were still doing wild stuff.
well,
I mean,
okay,
look
so I suppose that the far off effect of that is we would not have gotten the 05
Yeah.
Ford GT,
sure, yeah.
and we wouldn't have gotten the current Ford GT.
Right.
And we wouldn't have got the very current Ford GT Mark IV track-only monster that just is now the fastest, quickest
around the ring and what's
American
that lap
car,
today?
American car around the
So,
Nürburgring
you
with
know-
an official time of
6:15.
6:15,
You know what you
5:97.
would have gotten? Remember in 2003 when they did the Cobra concept, that would have been in 05.
That would have been a production car.
And then production of that. And then
Daisy,
production
I
of
think
that.
it was
Daisy number
Daisy
1.
and Petunia
Yeah.
was the Roadster and the Coupe.
Mm-hmm.
Those probably would have been production
Yep.
cars instead
See,
of the Ford
This
GT.
is what I was trying to make. See?
So
See?
here's my question on that. What if?
On that bombshell.
Why didn't they kick off the GT40 program? What if the reason that the GT40 program never kicked off is because Ferrari sold to Ford?
Because that was what happened. It was they went to the meeting. Enzo said, "No, I'm not selling." You know, like we're gonna kick your
Well,
ass.
it wasn't even that. Enzo used the proposition from Ford to finagle the market to get a better deal from
Fiat.
Yeah.
Honestly, if Enzo,
but
so you're saying
Enzo-
if Enzo folded
And Ford took
absorbed
that
Ferrari,
as a personal slight.
But it's not just that. Enzo was different than everybody else. Everybody else who built cars, Jaguar, Aston Martin, Maserati, Porsche, Ford, Chevy, everybody down the line, they went motor racing in order to sell road cars.
right?
Ferrari,
Built
he
road
was a
cars to
race.
go
He was
racing.
a racer. He was a race manager.
And he
That's
had
what
to
he
sell
did.
road cars in
He
order
built,
to go.
yeah, he built road cars in order to fund the racing team.
right?
So what Ford wanted to buy Ferrari, they also wanted to take over the racing team because Ford wanted to go to Le Mans, and buying Ferrari was an easier way for them to do that. Ferrari was willing to sell the road car company to Ford, but he did not want to give up the race team, the race program, Scuderia Ferrari. That's where the big problem was, and that's when he basically told Henry to
So what do you think would have happened if Enzo folded and sold it, and Ford absorbed it?
they'd have fucked it up.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah,
I
they'd have
think
fucked
they
it
would.
up.
I think they would have fucked it all up, driven it in the ground.
Yeah, you would have never seen 365 Daytona Coupes and Daytona Spiders. You'd have never seen the 512 Boxer Berlinetta. You'd have never seen the 246 Dino.
I mean,
You'd have never seen the 308s, the 348s.
Right.
You'd have never seen the 288 GTO. You'd have never seen the F40,
I mean, they
F50.
kind of did that to Aston Martin. They kind of did that to Volvo. They kind of did that to
Jag.
Jag. They kind of
Although,
did that to
Say,
Daytona.
In all fairness,
after Le Mans, how much would that have stopped inspiration to every other company?
Exactly.
Because of things like the GT40.
Well, it's one of those.
See?
Hold on, but hold on.
And this
hold
is-
on,
I was just
hold on,
off the top
hold
of my
on.
head
This
random,
is-
that's what I'm
this is
saying.
this is the main
I'm
thing.
still on Pontiac because
Th-
if that
th-
came
this
back,
is
it could have
this
been a Vauxhall
this
fan.
this is the main thing. Jaguar earlier on would have had better working electronics. But
oh yeah, like I said, if you actually look at a pre-Ford, like a late model pre-Ford Jaguar, they're piles of shit.
Yes.
They look nice, but under the skin, they're trash.
They look way
There's a
better.
reason why everybody pulls the V12 out and throws a 350 small block
Yeah,
in there.
absolutely.
Because they
No,
would like it to function.
No, you know what the real reason they do that?
It's
It's the
because
same
of
transmission.
transmission. Yeah.
It's a turbo 400 built under license.
Yeah. The transmission bolts right up.
Perfect.
So
But they
what
want
is-
it to function, so they go, let's get this this whole V12 out of
Well,
here.
because just like now, repairing a Jaguar here in the United States, if you're not in warranty, is hellishly expensive.
Yes.
So
And because of all the smog controls on that V12, those things just look like an absolute nightmare.
Because
They didn't have
make much
computers.
power.
They don't make much power. They didn't have. Well, Tom Wilkinshaw made them make power.
That's true.
So yeah.
So,
Look up the TWR Jaguars.
Do we want to dive into the next beer and then somebody else's what if?
Sure.
Sure.
Well, start on the what ifs, and I'll go get it because this is one that we're gonna.
I'd like to go next if you don't mind. I think I might have an interesting.
I
one.
figured
And
you would have
specifically-
some
I wanna
fucked up
hear
shit to say.
his take, and I want to hear your take, and I want to hear Mike's take specifically on this.
Oh, Billy.
Oh, okay.
You
I
haven't
wanna
been,
give
you haven't
my
been
take
around
last.
long enough yet.
I think you might have some interesting stuff to say on this as well,
Okay.
but specifically Brian more than anything I want to hear because he was there.
Oh,
Oh shit.
so we're talking
He
about
was there
the
more. He was
dinosaur
closer to it than any of us were.
times. So the Model
What
A.
if? And I know you weren't.
Hey.
You weren't there, but you drove a lot of these cars.
Okay.
These cars still existed when you started
Ass is
driving.
hurting. I must stand.
What if the oil embargo never happened?
Oh, fucking
Oh.
Christ.
Oh, brother.
Brother man.
Reshaped the American automotive landscape
What did
where
I
the
miss?
oil...
What if the oil embargo didn't happen?
Right.
Oh, brother.
It's just what we said. Also, what does that mean that we measured it to the wheels or to the grate?
Well, that didn't change because of the oil embargo.
Oh, shit. I
That
left
didn't?
the...
Okay.
What's happening right now?
I just
I
remember
left
it was
my
around
bottle
that
open.
era.
Hold on. You see that?
Wait a minute, there's not a bottle opener out here?
No.
What fucking sin is this?
What? There's always a bottle opener out here.
You got a lighter.
No, we don't need
Here's
one.
one.
Oh, there it is.
You got one.
Got it.
Are you using the Don Garlis one?
No, this is the Jack Link's
Oh,
one.
here. No, I got one.
Oh, yeah, we got to use the Garlic one.
No,
Okay.
the Garlis one's over there, but it's breaking in half. If you
Oh, yeah.
No.
Alright. You ready?
What is
Am I
this?
allowed to do this?
Go for it.
It's loud. It's like free men don't ask permission.
I do ask permission because Chris bought it.
What is it?
And it wasn't.
This
it,
is the one that we've had in the fridge for the last 2 weeks.
And this was
Oh.
Goose Island Reserve.
You are in for a treat, sir.
Oh. Oh.
Wait, this
You're
is,
in
this is
for a
goose?
treat. You
It's-
don't realize
it says
it, but
Stute on it.
you're in for a treat, sir.
You're either gonna like it
How
or you're
much
not
did
gonna
you
like it.
pay for this?
Yes.
Too much.
Uh-huh.
We don't talk about
We're
that.
not
Oh.
talking about price.
I know
Okay,
what this
I
is.
have to say one thing about price. I don't even remember the name of the beer was because I'm still in
Oh,
sticker
my-
shock. But there was
You
a
gotta
beer
pour
at
a
Total
little
Wine
bit.
today that a
It's a
4-pack
very
was
special beer.
$31 and change.
Oh, that's not bad.
Do it
That
like you're gonna
a,
do
four,
it.
a
Basically.
four-pack
Okay.
of that would have been
Like a double
40,
shot.
60, $80.
Okay.
This is a very
Hold on,
special
I'm gonna
beer.
give it to Chris to pour his out.
Your
I
weapon,
want
sir.
to taste it because it says Stute on it.
So what would happen if the oil embargo and the oil crisis and oil
Wow,
OPEC
that's-
did-
that
and
shit's
OPEC
fucking black.
and OPEC didn't do OPEC things? How would it have affected the American car market?
And you had to ask him that? Like, we're gonna... Alright, guys.
Well, no.
Tonight's episode's
No,
gonna
we-
go
I
for a
went
while.
full man in the high castle on this.
Well, no, he has a point because, like I said, when I started driving, like 70s cars and 70s smog era cars and all of that, 70s imports were those were the cheap used
know what
cars.
would have happened? The fucking Japanese market wouldn't have taken off as much as it would have.
Well, that's one thing.
Absolutely.
I mean, okay,
And
hang on.
honestly,
Well,
we would have had a lot of cool cars in the 70s still.
no.
Yeah, well, no, we're gonna keep on adding. But
no, the reason why I say that is because Japanese were making inroads before the oil embargo and all of that stuff happened.
Well, yeah, no, they were making it, but it was one of those. It wouldn't have.
It wouldn't have gone as
far as what
the
it has
way
been.
that it did.
Here,
That-
I poured it a little too much. I don't know if you want to.
But there would have been the Japanese cars would have still come,
Trying to be kind of even.
and the Japanese cars would have still been successful because compared to 70s American cars, they're just better.
All right, Chris, would you
Alright.
like to do us the honors?
So,
This is-
what we have here...
Give me yours.
Whoa.
No, I'm good.
Okay.
I'm totally
Jesus
good.
Christ! Oh, there's
So
the
this
alcohol.
is the Goose Island Bourbon Country.
You can smell it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you smell it?
Yeah, I can
It's like-
smell
yeah,
it.
This
I
is
went
their.
in.
This is the reserve that we had on tap at.
Oh.
Pub.
Oh, okay.
It's the same
Yes,
stuff.
you were not. You guys
It's
weren't
not
that
the
bad.
exact
No.
same brew, but it's their reserve line.
Ooh.
This one bottle was. Yeah, I'm not kidding. This bottle was $20.
I wouldn't doubt it. This is a very special beer.
So
I know exactly what it is.
So
I've been
is
wanting
this?
to try
So
this.
is this in that low 30s?
I don't.
No, it should be at 16.
I was gonna say
Smells
it's-
at least
it-
14.
It smells 20.
It doesn't say on there.
Oh,
Where's
it's
it
got
say?
it.
No, it's
Should
20.
be on the
It's
top
20.
label.
No, it's at least 12.
It's got to be on there somewhere.
It's
I'm-
gonna be on the
I-
top
I-
label.
14.7.
I normally drink 10% beer.
14.7.
14.6.
14.
Oh!
Okay.
Oh,
Very
what did I
good.
say about 14.6?
All right.
Very good.
Okay.
It's atmospheric. It's one bar.
Okay, I'm
That's
just gonna
what-
go
oh.
cheers on
Gentlemen,
this one, guys.
cheers.
I'm in danger.
Ooh, yeah.
Wow.
It's like I'm chewing on wood. Oh, brown sugar.
I'm
Oh.
not.
There's
Ah!
molasses.
I am
That is
Oh,
all molasses.
truly impressed with that. Worth every penny.
That is all molasses on the back hit. Brown sugar molasses. Really, coming from the guy that likes cat piss.
Going in again.
Yeah, Dan. Half the time when you spring something on us, it is like you truly got your beer muddled with cat piss.
Like,
This
like
is
there's
just
dark
molasses.
chocolate.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah, there's that.
There's a savory note,
I just
almost
don't-
like a salty soy sauce kind of note there.
I just don't like the end.
In there.
Oh no, actually,
He has all
That-
straight molasses and brown sugar.
Right.
that's
It's the initial hit that's the one that's like, you're like, yeah.
okay.
And yeah,
well, no,
molasses
so
and brown sugar
I
at the
hit the
end.
front of my tongue the first time.
I was gonna say,
I
the
hit the
front,
back. I hit the back of my tongue that time. It's a lot better.
the
Okay.
front hit is the part that's a little, The back hit
It's
is
like
where
no,
it
super
smooths
dark
out.
chocolate.
The-
Yeah,
Like,
and the
no,
floral
yeah,
note on it
cocoa.
is just
I
straight
get-
chocolate.
I got
Cocoa
a lot of
chocolate.
The
cocoa at
front,
first.
the front hit is the alcohol, the bourbon, the oak barrel.
The back
Yeah.
hit is just
The
brown
back hit
sugar
is
and
brown
molasses.
sugar and molasses.
It's like it's got a piece of wood in it.
Is it my head, or is there just like a little hint of coconut in there? Like, is it just a little?
I'm not getting
coconutty?
coconut, but I'm definitely getting a little.
I get
I
where
don't know,
you're
I'm
getting
going
it.
I don't
for-
want
I'm
to. I don't want to say.
slapping
I
Like,
don't
After-
taste coconut, but I
it's
get
after
what you're
the
saying.
initial-
I don't want to say chocolate, but I want to say like a cocoa
Right,
nib.
right. Well, that's what
Yeah.
I'm saying. Is that like it's right after the dark chocolate initial
maybe we
taste,
gotta-
and then like it's almost what are those little? I'm trying to think of what those chocolates are called. They're little clusters that have some coconut in them, not a lot, but it's mostly like dark chocolate.
Oh, you mean the Ferrero Rochers? No, that's hazelnut.
Maybe, but they have different kinds too.
Dude.
It might be.
Try swishing. Try swishing.
But then again, what's a macaron? What is it called? What was it?
It's pretty good. It's a lot at once.
Macaroon.
Macaroon? Isn't macaroon?
You talking about little things that look like Oreos?
Yeah,
Little
no,
cakes.
I am kind of getting
Did
the.
you
Right?
try
And
smacking
then, like,
the
I'm getting
coconut
toffee,
vibe.
which is really just the molasses and brown sugar is just,
Gotta treat this like a wine.
Well, so
I
it's
like it.
it's you gotta.
I
I stopped.
don't like
I
stouts or high
I
alcohol, and I like
stopped
it.
doing sugar. That's the thing. I don't
Ah.
do sugar in anything anymore. So that's why I think it hits me a lot harder in that aspect. It's good though. I like it. It's just
Like,
a big
that was-
blast.
It
Yo,
fucking smells like
hey.
an almond joy. Like that's
Oh,
Imagine
it
me
does
giving
smell
this to
like
Ryan.
almond joy.
Oh shit!
that's where the chocolate.
I said, imagine me giving this to Ryan.
His brother-in-law.
There might still be some at ABC and Crystal River. I'll check next time I come through.
Because it's one of those, if I get this for Ryan, I'm giving it to him and being like, hey, I'll see you in 4 years.
Oh god damn. Yeah, because there's no way you could leave this thing in a pantry for 4 years.
I give it to my brother-in-law because he'll leave it in the pantry for 4 years, and it'll be like the
dogfish
dogfish.
All right. So, what if?
What if
It's okay.
What if we saved this for 4 years? What
So-
would it taste like?
So first off, the
ooh,
Japanese
fucking
car market would not have anywhere
No.
near the level of domination that it does.
No.
I would say, okay, I'm going to go back to this thing and be,
Um,
hold on, this back in the closet for 4 years or back in the pantry for 4 years. I think this would probably hit an alcohol content of high
30.
30s or low 40s. I
30.
because
What
because
is
of the
it?
because of it's 14.7.
14.6. So
and
it's
honestly,
already past the. It's
it-
already past the 12% of what it would be.
It tasted like it
But-
was 16.
The amount of sugars that's in this thing.
That's gonna make it skyrocket very quickly.
Yeah, it's going to quickly and then level off, and then it's going to mellow. So I think at
30s.
I think
I
at
think
3
you're
or
right.
4 years, I think it'll be high 30s into low 40s.
That'd be a slapper. You have to take shots of that.
Like it almost would be a shot.
Of course, you read the label. Macaroon is right there.
It's the only part I read. I did not read when I
Goose
smelled
Island,
14.
and not for nothing, I want to throw it out there. Goose Island is one of the most underrated breweries.
Oh, for sure.
Like because
because-
of the spectrum of stuff they do.
Right. Well, and like we've had bourbon barrel aged ales and stuff
Not a
from
stout,
other
though.
companies.
Like,
And we've been
And
hit or
we've
miss because
I've never really liked the bourbon barrel aged stuff before.
No.
But that being their reserve, oh my god.
okay,
Brian, can you pass me the bottle?
Oh,
so it's
that's so good.
Goose.
Look,
I just sent it to Ryan. I just sent it to Ryan and was
Goose
like, you need to
Island.
age one of these.
Okay, what's the actual name of that beer? Someone read it with the bottle because I didn't bring my readers.
Macaroon stout.
Just how it sounds without the K. Macaroon. Stout.
So,
2024 is this one specifically, that's nice. You know?
Okay, well that's our beer. Our beer list is updated.
okay, so now we can continue back to the embargo.
so would that in turn mean that the quality of American cars would have continued on at the level it was
Shit.
and wouldn't have improved?
They'd have gotten worse. The
Much
only
worse.
the only reason American cars got better is because the Japanese came here.
Right.
So you know what it would have been like? It would have gotten to the point. So you know in the early '90s when the Korean cars started to come around, how shit boxes they were. That's what the top of the line Lincolns would have been like in the early '90s.
Fair take.
You're right in everything except for we would still be making more power.
Oh yeah, but
We'd
No,
be making good
no,
power out of the
no.
V8s.
No, because like I said, because even without the oil embargo, the EPA and all the smog rules and all the stuff like that would have continued on.
Right.
So American
It wouldn't
cars,
have hit probably as quick, but it would have been.
yeah, I kind of think it would have, because they weren't just chasing fuel economy. They were also, that was, bringing in, smog pumps and air and secondary air injection, and then ultimately catalytic converters and everything. And CARB, California Air Resources Board, was driving that because
You're
of
right.
because of what the Bay Area looked like in the 70s.
You mean what you couldn't see?
Exactly. Like, okay, now I was a kid then, but I lived here. I didn't live on the West Coast and didn't live in California. But watching television programs and seeing news reports and things like that.
I mean, watching Chips and you can't see fucking shit.
Oh yeah, like I said, I mean almost
Eric
everybody.
Estrada's like, I can't see shit.
Like almost everybody that's a car enthusiast totally shits on the EPA and then totally shits, like diarrhea shits all over California Air Resources Board for them being essentially, emissions Nazis. But when you do go back and you look at news reports and TV shows and movies,
they had a good
and
reason
things
to be
like that from
They
the
really
70s,
did.
like
Honestly,
you look at what it looked. Remember when the last Olympics were in China?
And, it had that
And you
haze
remember
over
seeing
everything.
like all of the footage from that, and you see like the haze that all the athletes were running through. You see like the bikers wearing fucking respirators and shit,
Right.
trying to breathe because they
Oh,
couldn't
okay.
breathe.
Right.
That was what
No.
that was what the LA Basin and the Bay Area looked like. So I think all of the emission stuff would have happened regardless of the oil embargo.
Sure.
And everything that happened because of that, all of 77 Firebird Trans Am, Smokey the Bandit, yeehaw, 150 horsepower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had to modify the shit out of that car to make it do the stuff for the movies.
And
So
they had to
all of-
overdub it with the NASCAR in order to make it sound like that.
Yeah, all of that
I love it.
all of that would have still happened. But honestly, the build quality of American cars would have stayed just as shitty as it was, or it would have gotten worse, because there was nothing there to cause them to
Right.
up their game.
And they would have been pumping
Japanese
out more
cars-
as
Japanese-
they already were.
Yeah.
And
Jap-
that gives just, more.
Japanese cars would have still come here, and they still would have come in big numbers,
But they wouldn't have.
They wouldn't have come
hit
in
as hard.
as big of numbers
Or would
because
we have had a subcompact market then? Because it doesn't come in
no,
like that.
no, because the only reason Ford built the Pinto,
Right.
and honestly the Mustang too,
Yep.
and the only reason you had the Chevrolet Vega and the Chevette
was because
and
of
and
embargo.
and the variations of that was because of the gas crisis.
And those
So-
were millions of cars sold. Like those could have been millions of other types of
Okay,
cars
so
sold that
so
never
on-
had that
I
happen.
suppose on the immediate thing, the next generation Mustang would not have been the Mustang 2. It would have been something bigger.
Right.
The Chevette, the Vega, those wouldn't have come.
They
the
would have
Pinto
just
wouldn't
gotten
have come.
bigger. It would have been almost like I think the next the Mustang instead of the Mustang 2. So going from the 71.
It
to
would have been the
73
two-door. It would have been the two-door Thunderbird.
basically.
You know
Yeah.
what? It's actually, if the embargo never happened, I feel like America
gonna
would
get
have
one of those
moved to really shitty
No, I'm good.
mid-sized cars that were like super mass produced with an R&D that was, less than par, because like you said, there is no international competition. And even though there will be some, because I'm sure if the, companies over there did want to compete in America, they would be sending things like, the Crown or
Yeah.
a luxury vehicle or something.
Yeah, I suppose some
like
of the
a
Japanese.
big luxury vehicle
Instead,
over
instead
here,
of like
like
the CBCC and the Corolla and that,
Right,
you would have gotten
right.
their
No,
bigger.
I
Right.
still,
I think you would have gotten their bigger sedans versus
I
that.
still think CVCC would have still come here.
Well, yeah.
And
But-
again, because like I said, all of the emission stuff that
yeah,
California
but
Air
so do
Resources
smart
Board.
cars,
But like I said, but all of the emission stuff that California Air Resources Board was doing for California and the EPA was doing nationwide was still going to happen,
yeah,
just because of the air quality and the issues that were going along with it. Leaded fuel would
Right.
have gone away for road use,
Slowly
just like it did anyway.
sure.
Oh.
Well, that was because somebody finally put 2 and 2 together and went, no, you're not supposed to eat lead. It's bad for you. It rots your brain. Maybe we shouldn't be putting it in the gas and aerosolizing it.
Yeah, sending it all over the place.
That's a good
But
idea.
so yeah, like I said, I think all of the emission stuff and everything like that would have still happened,
Right.
and automakers would have reacted to it as far as that.
Sure, but we...
Would the big block still be available in cars? Would emissions be where they were in the late 70s? Yeah.
That's literally what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
Right,
yeah.
but we could have been able to afford it. Is that, yes, these emission things could have come out, but if the fuel was so low that, like, it was cents for gallons, bro, fill her up.
Well, that's part of it.
Like,
Part of it was
yeah.
price. The other part was availability.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't afford to drive some big station wagon that got 6 miles to the gallon because you had a fuel ration card.
And it was
Well,
you
then,
got
but
9
then if
gallons
the
a
embargo
week.
never happened,
Well,
there were
yeah,
no
yeah,
rations,
no, yeah,
so,
but
like,
You
that
had
was
to be like,
ended.
I gotta get something that gets more miles to the gallon simply because I cannot buy more.
Because I can
gas.
only,
Yeah, so
I can
yeah,
only
no,
get
I
gas
get,
on Thursday.
I get what you're talking about. I get what you're talking about. So yeah, the price effect that it had on the market would not have been there because availability would not have been an issue, and therefore price wouldn't have been an issue. But I think that all of the emission stuff that followed would have happened anyway, and that would have shaped all of these cars.
I agree.
Sure,
Because it is a lot easier to get better emissions out of a smaller engine and a lighter chassis than it is a big block in a giant
But
chassis.
wouldn't it
Correct.
have been nice that 77 Pontiac that
Actually
you were talking
had the
about,
400
instead of
horsepower.
150 horsepower, had, say, I don't know, 265.
Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
not a lot, but now we have a smaller carb inlets, and we have more restrictive exhaust, and we have some stuff, a little carbon
Okay,
filter.
I think it would have
you know
made
what I
it
mean?
would have.
Like,
Like I said, the emission stuff happened, and it wasn't
Right,
like I said.
right.
The emission stuff didn't happen because of the gas crunch.
Right.
Might have slightly accelerated, but all that stuff was coming anyway.
yeah.
But
Right.
because the automakers didn't have the technology, they didn't have electronic fuel injection like
Right,
they do
right,
now.
They weren't able to build
right.
it faster, stronger, more. It wasn't
Yeah,
the
it
6
wasn't
million
6 million
peso
man.
man.
You know, so
well, could it have motivated it faster then?
okay, the 77 Firebird would have made 185 horsepower instead of 150 horsepower. Because
That's significant in a percentage.
I was gonna say, if you look at percentage,
But I mean, yeah.
30% increase right now.
but
hold on. That is fucking crazy to think about.
Dude,
that
I'm
just
saying.
going from 150 to 185
Again,
is fucking that big of a
30%
percentage.
increase in power.
But again, you look at that car, even if it made 185 horsepower,
yeah,
compared
boy.
to the pre-emissions
Yeah.
cars that were rated at 300 horsepower
That were making 500.
that were making like 4 and a
Yep.
quarter.
Well,
Okay, because of
okay.
the emission stuff. And again, the technology to make big power with emissions just wasn't there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and
Maybe they would have perfected gearing sooner. I don't know why it took us so long to get to 6 gears, and then why we went past it either, kind of.
Again,
But,
Because that helps. That
You
helps.
haven't driven my
Oh,
10 speed.
stop.
You haven't driven a 10
I've
speed.
driven the Ranger, the one Ranger that I drove. That's a 10. That was a
Yeah,
10
he
speed.
drove.
Okay, so-
Yeah, but she's $3,000 to 3,900. Bam, 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 bam.
Right,
You're going
you
from
in the
40
power band.
to 90, going
Yeah,
bam, bam,
yeah.
bam, every gear.
But no, like I said, as far as gearing and transmissions goes, like if you had a 5-speed manual with an overdrive, wow, you had like the top dog of transmission right
man.
there.
Because most of them,
Yeah.
oh, I have an automatic with 2 fucking
Three
speeds.
years
Right.
or 3, no overdrive,
Fancy.
Exactly.
3
no
speeds.
overdrives. But
So,
like I said, I think all of the emission stuff would have happened anyway, probably at the same kind of time period. The quality of American cars from the late 70s, like all the way up into the 90s, would have been significantly worse because they wouldn't have had as much competition from the Japanese cars. But the Japanese cars still would have made inroads, and for the same reasons that they made inroads. And as somebody who had 2 mid-70s cars, one American, one Japanese car, at the same time, so driving them, wrenching on them, seeing how they were built, seeing how they handle, everything about them.
Right.
If someone offered me a perfectly restored, concourse winning Mustang 2, even with a V8, or a Survivor 76 Celica GT, I'll take the Survivor Celica GT
all day.
Yeah.
all day long, twice on Sundays, because in every metric, it was a better car. The build quality was better. It was screwed together better. The materials quality was better. The engineering was better. The driving dynamics was better. Everything about it was better than that Mustang 2.
So, want to bring us back into the modern world real quick, because there is a big thing happening in the automotive world for maintenance and part-wise right now. And it's been kind of on the low, and I caught wind of it yesterday.
It's hard to get parts.
No, so Tire Rack has just
Purchased.
with the 4 largest tire distributors in the world.
So American Tire Distributors,
Gone.
gone.
Dealer Tire,
Gone.
U.S. Auto Force.
Gone. So it's all Tire Rack. So Tire Rack basically looked at Canadian Tire and Discount Tire and went,
I know this is an engines and alcohol podcast, but
Tires matter.
monopolies?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. So like,
I'm
so
pretty sure we weren't supposed to have those.
the U.S. Auto Force rep had come in to see me, and we were just
Look at my new shirt, bro.
no. So we're BSing, and he's like, he was looking at some stuff, and he had told me on a few like deals that I missed too, and he was like, I'm gonna send you emails on some of this stuff, and he's like, and also you might get a phone call, and I'm like, why? And he goes, so there's like something happening. He's like, I don't quite know how to explain it, but so Tire Rack is gonna be everyone's like vendor now for tires.
Wait a second. Does everyone know this yet? Is this insider information? Should I invest in Tire Rack?
Actually, probably not. You're probably hearing it here. Like, I don't know. First, maybe I might be doing like one of. I don't know.
Is it?
So,
How many?
well, no. So like, I'm like, dude.
I've got a Robin Hood.
So, I say to him, I'm like, so what does that mean for you? And he's like, you're not going to see me anymore. And I'm like, no. I'm like, what does that mean for you? And he goes, well, like, I can be a vendor for like a couple things, but like not like Hyundai or anything like that, or Kia or this manufacturer or this one. And I'm like, no. I said, dude, you personally, are you getting fired? Like, you're lively. I like you. Like, what's like? He's like, oh no, I'm good. And then literally right after that, my phone rings.
Never mind my comment about Discount Tire, because in April 17 of 2024, Tire Rack Discount Tire Direct merges with Tire Rack.
So Tire Rack is a subsidiary of Discount Tire, and Tire Rack and Discount Tire are both privately owned companies with no publicly traded shares.
I can't remember because he told me all of them. I don't remember who the fourth one is, but I know it's Dealer Tire, U.S. Auto Force, and ATD are all Tire Rack now. And I have to make a Tire Rack account, but like literally as dude's talking to me, my phone rings and it says Tire Rack, and he's like, all right, for me personally, can you answer this and put it on speaker? And I was like, yeah, man. So like I sat there and I let him tell me what to say on the phone and whatnot, and he's like, yeah, it's a little weird. I said, so are you sure you're good? Like, you're gonna have a job? And he's like, yeah. He's like, just a little different now. And I was like, that's, and like Dealer Tire, that's who all the tire warranty goes through Dealer Tire. That's all gonna be Tire Rack. I was gonna say, because
I'm pretty sure. Where did you get my last set of tires from? ATD or
ATD.
Dealer?
ATD.
Okay, I was gonna say, so far every set of tires I've put on my car has come through ATD.
Yeah, and now it's gonna be all Tire Rack. And I'm hoping does that mean I'm gonna have access? Does that mean we get access to all the tires? Because you can only get I'm going on cheap spectrum, but you can only get Iron Man's through ATD and Hercules through ATD, and Advances you can only get through U.S. Auto Force, and Omnis you can only get through
Simple
Dealer Tire. You got Simple, so
Simple
I'm wondering,
Tire's the
is that just going to be
best.
blanketed? Well, I'm wondering if they're just going to be going for everybody. That kind of shook me a little bit.
Yeah.
Because Tire Rack, their customer service
Sucks.
super bad, and we do a lot with tires.
Yeah.
It's kind of a big deal.
So
I stock I have 40K in tires in stock.
I know I went to the bathroom, but I got one what if that I really wanted to talk about.
Oh, good.
What if you didn't go to the bathroom and actually took part in this whole conversation we were having?
Yes. No. The other part is what if Edsel actually hit it off?
They would have been killed during 2008.
I was about to say the aughts.
I figured
I was
with
thinking,
that part,
I was
but
thinking late aughts. They probably Pontiac.
what do you think would have happened with the luxury division, like the personal?
Honestly,
So
I think
they would have cannibalized sales from Lincoln.
they had a car mixed
And
that
then
was mixed
through
between
this-
Lincoln and an Alpha.
Now, do you
And then
think
th-
at
and
one
then-
point it would have been to where Mercury would have gone the way of Edsel, and Edsel would have been where Mercury was?
No.
Or, it would have
No,
been to
because-
where Lincoln would have been where Mercury is, and then Edsel would have been where
Top
Lincoln
line.
is.
I don't-
And then Lincoln would have been what Mercury
I
happened
suppose
to.
in the stepping stone, if you wanted to go that way.
Yeah, no, he was talking about what you were saying.
Oh, my apologies. All right.
Yeah, well, I dealt with dealer tire even back when I worked at GM back in the 90s. So the stepping stone for Ford, anyway, was Ford, Mercury, Lincoln.
And then Edsel
You started
was
off with a Ford.
above Lincoln.
You started off with a Ford, and as you got a little bit older, a little more successful, you got something nicer from Mercury, and then when you got a little bit older and more successful, you got something nicer from Lincoln. But Edsel,
That was like
was
the-
above Lincoln.
like that car, honestly, that car was more akin to Continental,
I was about to say Continental,
which was a
You-
separate division from Lincoln.
Correct.
But
Which
it
was
was
like
top-
that was like
but it
their
was top of the
absolute
line,
top
yeah.
dog, which eventually got absorbed, became essentially a model of Lincoln.
Yeah.
But will we get a just regurgitated?
That didn't
made all
sound.
Please
kinds of
change your
improvements.
That did not
brakes.
sound.
Oh
Okay,
my
that's,
God.
That's the 350.
That did not sound too good.
Anyway,
It sounded broken.
Yeah, that had some idler pulleys, and I think it had some caliper
would
brackets
would
that
you
needed
have
to be tightened.
had like a late '90s regurgitated Ford bodied Edsel with a 4.6 and the same
because that what do you
radio
think? Well, no,
and the
at
same
this point, at that
buttons
point,
and
it would
stuff
have
and-
been Mercury would have gone the way of Edsel, and then Lincoln would have taken up the spot to where
Could you imagine what they
Lincoln
would
was.
look like?
So it would have been to where your stepping stone would have been
Ford,
Link-
Edsel,
No, it would have been
Ford,
Ford, Lincoln,
Lincoln,
and then
Edsel.
Edsel as the top.
No,
of the
I don't
line.
know, because when Lincoln started out as a company, like that was a premier American luxury car on par with Duesenberg, Packard.
Yeah.
So do you
Ford,
think
you know, and things
Edsel
like-
would have
It was a
been
huge
what
tow truck.
Mercury
I
was?
think Edsel would have slotted in under Lincoln.
or where Lincoln was, or
So-
even
so-
maybe
so
even
I-
a little bit higher.
So I
but
kind of
if
think
Mercury would have
the
gone-
stepping stone would have probably been Ford,
frame
Mercury, Edsel, Lincoln. Mm-hmm. At some point in the 70s or 80s, either Edsel or Mercury would have gone.
Probably would remember, because if you think about it, it would probably been like how if GM would have been like Chevy, Oldsmobile, Buick, Cadillac. So it kind of would have been like
Chevy Pontiac.
Yeah.
but then
I-
also
Buick
the
Olds,
Buick.
yeah.
Oldsmobile,
Can I-
Buick, then
Can I pop in
Buick
with a
and
Yes.
thought
Olds were
here on
kind of
this?
in their own thing with,
I think that Mercury would have absorbed Edsel.
I was just
Because- Edsel would have become Mercury's top of the line car.
and
Because
I
we
think they
gotta
would-
remember when Edsel came out, Edsel only had
The
Yeah.
car.
Edsel.
I
It's
think,
the
and I
car.
think they would have fizzled out in the probably mid to late '70s, possibly even early
Yeah,
Eddie
no,
Bauer,
no,
Eddie
Eddie
exactly.
Bauer edition.
You're
Edsel
onto something.
edition.
No. I see where he's going with this because, when I mentioned, and Dan kind of backed me up on Continental as a standalone
Yeah.
car,
Correct.
it eventually got absorbed into Lincoln.
Yeah.
So yeah, his
I think it
you're
would have
right.
absorbed
A
under the
Lincoln
Mercury.
Edsel, like the model, like Lincoln.
no, a Mercury
maybe-
It's,
no,
it's
Mercury
almost like
Mercury
it's almost
Edsel.
like everything just still happens.
Because they
No-
would have
no
what
matter
they would have
what
done is they
deviates-
absorbed the
No matter
Continental
what
into the
deviates,
Lincoln
we
brand.
all, even with our
They would have
knowledge and
absorbed
thoughts,
the
are coming
Edsel into
to
the
what
Mercury
still is
brand
happening.
and said,
That's very
these are
interesting.
both of our car divisions, and they both have a top of the line model.
Lincoln's top of the line model was Continental.
Continental, and Mercury's top of the line would have been an
I
Edsel.
like this. I like this.
But
And they
it's-
would
but
have been badge
ultimately-
engineered
I
after
was
the
to say
first
through
generation.
through the 70s and 80s, it would have been the same badge engineered shit that they were.
It
Right,
was
it
the
would've been
Mercury
the same
Sable
car.
Edsel.
Right, it would have been the same car, just this one was an Edsel, this one was a
Yo,
Continental.
so could you imagine? So instead of the Mercury Capri Elan, and same thing with the Thunderbird and then the Mustang that they had, it would have been a Capri Edsel.
I would hope you got like an Edsel Interceptor.
Ooh,
I mean, cool name.
yeah.
Yeah, like a Cobra motor. You
Cool
know,
name.
like You got anything?
Well,
You got anything?
at that point, it would have just been a 5.
You got any ideas? Any thoughts? Anything?
Hopefully, without the CFM on.
No, not a few. I put them in.
Maybe Edsel would have just been Mercury's with air ride.
No, you got any what ifs to share?
Pontiac.
Pontiac.
If not, I'm gonna bring it up. Pontiac.
Around and could have just been a fine example of just Vauxhall vehicles here.
It's one of those. If
Could have been their own cars. Like they have their own line of R&D.
If the
They have-
fucking
You know what I'm saying?
hold on, this is where I'm gonna go with this. If the government would have let them fucking have 2 more goddamn years, it would have been fine. It would have been fine.
And that's what I'm saying. Because
would have been fine.
Right
So-
there at the end, we still had the G8.
Okay,
You had all
so
those coming over. If
all right, so-
like,
6-speed manual.
again,
even
this is where I'm
Okay.
coming in.
okay,
an
Fuck it.
auto V8 American
Fuck the
sedan,
government.
rear-wheel
Let
drive.
Pontiac be
I don't care
around.
if it was designed
Okay.
in Australia. Fuck yeah, bro.
Okay.
We're good. We're good.
it wasn't just designed in Australia; they were built in Australia.
Well,
so
sure, but I'm still
that-
down.
okay.
Understand.
the Holden Monaro turned into the Pontiac GTO, and the Holden Commodore turned into
G8.
the G8,
Right.
and almost the Holden Commodore Ute turned into the G8 ST, and then the Commodore becoming the Chevy. Well, all of that stuff was a direct result of one guy, Maximum Bob Lutz, was the guy that started bringing the Australian cars to Pontiac, and then ended up bringing the
we call him
Vauxhall
Big Daddy Bob Lutz.
Maximum Bob from the Auto Extremist
Yeah,
days.
true.
See, and this is at the time because this was also a thing that during the hearings for the 2008 thing, you had Alan Mullally from Ford, you had Bob Nardelli from Chrysler, who was known as Minimum Bob, and you had Bob Lutz from GM, who was known as Maximum Bob. So, like, those were like the main players at the time. And Alan Mullally, fucking badass for a guy who didn't start out in the car industry. Absolute badass.
That was a Ford guy, right?
He's the guy. Yeah, he's the guy Ford needs now.
Still the only one that didn't get a buyout.
Yeah, it's not true anymore.
Yeah.
But no, so that whole 2008 thing, like when those cars started coming here, that was a direct result of Maximum Bob going, yeah, we need to put some performance back into Pontiac instead of just plastic cladding. And that led to the Commodore being sold as the Chevrolet SS, and then the Statesman being sold as the Caprice PPV. But all of those two deals were there strictly to satisfy auto workers unions in Australia to keep building more cars. And what would have happened to Pontiac, because they were reliant on the Roadster from Vauxhall, which was the Saturn Sky and the Pontiac Solstice,
Which were great fucking cars.
and the Aussie cars. Like, it would have been great if Pontiac would have held on because we would have gotten the Utes. Okay?
Exactly.
We would have gotten the Utes.
That's what I'm
However,
saying. We would have lost the Trans Am.
however,
No, we
in
already lost the
2017,
Trans Am
I
many years
understand
ago.
that. We did when we
However-
lost the Gen 4.
however-
body,
in 2017, Pontiac, that's how long Pontiac would have lasted. Because
That's when
Ford and Holden stopped producing vehicles in Australia 2017. And those cool Vauxhalls,
Oh, I completely forgot about that.
and like I said, the Vauxhall versions of the Commodores that were sold over in Europe, those were all built in Australia,
It all
and
comes
those would
back
have gone
to the
away.
original timeline.
But
No,
hold
no,
on,
no.
hold on. But with that,
we never
at least we
never
got
learned
10 extra
the
years.
popularity of Utes in America.
yeah, but at
Yes,
We
least
there's-
no, yeah, we
we
did.
did.
Yeah, we did. No,
Created.
because we had decades of having.
Stop!
No,
I don't want to hear about the Ranchero and the goddamn El Camino.
because
That
we
is
had
not
we
the
had
same.
decades of Utes here in the
No.
U.S.
No, that is a mullet. That is not an Ute.
That's what a Ute is. A Ute is a four-wheeled mullet. All of them are. Doesn't matter what country they came from.
Have you ever heard
No.
Jonathan Davis Sr.?
Next
You know
you call it
Jonathan
key
Davis's
truck.
dad.
Goddamn.
You know because John Davis. Okay.
Motor Week.
I know.
hold on. You're-
Time out
you're
with this.
just starting to have a
Time out with-
seizure.
No, time out with this because I keep on telling Sabrina because she knows John Davis from Motor Week, and I'm like, did you know that he's actual Jonathan Davis Sr.? And she's like, what? I'm like, yeah, he's Jonathan Davis's dad from Korn.
So
I'm putting that into fucking inspiration. Anyway,
Mike's going to create the lore right here.
I am. He is
But
his
no,
dad.
like I said, because of what was happening in
he calls
Australia,
everything a sport you.
like now, Australia, there are no vehicles built in Australia. They import everything now.
No shame.
So,
Give us
They
20
also
years,
don't
we'll be
believe
that
so,
way.
so again, like I said, so Pontiac would have held on for another 8 or 9 years. And then once Australia stopped building vehicles,
But what a glorious 8 or 9 years that would have been,
Right.
because
Oh, yeah.
this is, we're not doing a what if. We're talking about actual canon in the alternate timeline.
that's true.
Because this was that was the plan.
Yeah.
Going into 2008, like that was the plan. GM
We
had a
would've-
timeline for this of
it's-
bringing
And
Pontiac
that would have
back
had
as the
another
performance
decade's worth
plan.
of cars
But
on
see,
the
and,
road.
and that's
but here's
that's
what I wanna-
the thing.
I wanna-
That's
I
the
wanna
thing.
throw this
It's
out
not,
there.
It's not that
No.
it would be in
You
2026
disrupted-
still
you
having
disrupted
them.
the water.
It's the fact
Man.
that we would have just at least an extra 10 years.
There would
of
be
that
used ones to
fucking
choose from.
shit. That fucking awesome.
Here's the
Just
thing, though.
New models and just different
Okay,
models.
here's the
like,
thing.
even extra
Wait a minute.
Americans
Here's
and
the thing, though.
bullshit. Like,
Here's the thing, though. The timeline that we're in and the timeline that happened did create a little bit of an interesting loophole. Because if you want 2007, 2008,
We call it an
2009,
oopsie-loopsie.
2010 Holden Commodore Ute, because of what GM did with Pontiac and the G8 ST,
You just badge it as a
the fact that they fully engineered it, crash tested, emissions tested, did the whole 9 yards to it, it's created a little bit of a gray area in the 25-year exemption rule.
Yeah.
In that, for the most part, you can pretty much just get one of those and bring them in without doing what left-hand drive Utes was doing and doing all the stuff to convert them to left-hand drive and federalizing them.
Yeah.
Like, apparently, you can just get one.
So,
bring it in.
Gonna say this. Apparently,
Stop it right now. A
hold
2001
on.
really isn't that old.
Oh, no, 2001's already
2001,
legal.
you're good. You're
2000
legal.
2001's
That's what
already
I'm saying,
no,
but
2000
I'm not thinking about it.
No,
What is it?
No. What I'm saying is, right now, you could import a 2008
Or a
Commodore,
2010 even.
a Commodore HSV SS Ute.
But it's not like having a
As in-
Japanese import that like never was here. It was one you can be like,
no, he's not
it's a
talking about
G8.
I know, but I'm talking about that. You can get a 2001
and also I'm gonna
Ford
get a
Falcon Ute with a 5.0 in it.
yeah.
Boy. Like,
See, and the thing you got to remember with all the GM stuff over in Australia, they didn't have to detune their V8s to
To-
not beat the Corvette
So all their
because
shit.
they weren't competing with the
That's what
Corvette.
you mean.
So literally their wagons had more power than a fucking Corvette.
Yes.
Because it was like, I don't know what a
Yeah,
Corvette
like I
is.
said.
Fuck yeah.
Like I said,
We're kangaroo people.
I don't. Now, this also actually, I read something and saw something that was also kind of interesting. I think it was the BF or BG Falcons have a symmetrical firewall.
BG.
BG Falcons have a symmetrical firewall,
They do.
which means Ford was planning to send that
Yep.
in a left-hand drive version
Yep.
somewhere.
Yes.
Probably
Yeah.
not with a Barra,
Hmm.
but they were
Okay.
sending
What
that
kind
car.
of glorious timeline
okay,
that would have been.
See, now,
Yeah,
now we're
it
talking-
was-
We need a territory here. We
Now-
need a fucking territory.
Wait a
Yeah,
second.
we do. It's called the
Don't
it's
we-
called the
It was-
Australian Embassy.
It was,
Don't we
it was
have-
Africa.
Well, no. I'm talking
it
about
was
the fucking
Africa.
Ford territory.
That's where they were planning on. They're supposed to do a bunch in like the Middle East and Africa, and a bunch
So
of
northern
places.
Africa.
Yeah.
I was gonna say because South Africa's right-hand drive.
North. You know they still make cobalts overseas too.
Oh, up
fucking
until
Cobalt.
I think up until like 2018 or 2019, you could still buy in India a brand new 1990 Sentra.
Yeah.
It was called a
No, it was-
Datsun.
No, it was Mexico.
Well, this looks
Mexico.
like
No, it's India. You could buy
Oh,
one,
okay.
This
and it
looks-
had a 0 NCAP rating.
Same plant.
this car. You know, like the modern Caprices that came out. So the new Cobalt, like the front end looks like that, and the back looks like a Chevy Sonic, and it
Yeah.
says Cobalt.
Yeah, but the Caprice PPV, the police car with the longer wheelbase and the longer
Yeah,
back
It was a
doors,
Commodore.
that was a Holden Statesman.
Oh,
No,
was gonna say
Statesman.
Statesman.
That was a
what it is.
Statesman.
And you can pick those up super cheap on auction.
And on that
Those,
bombshell,
and those cars are heavy though. Those things are like 4,100 pounds.
Yeah, but they're good burnout cars.
They are good burnout cars, but they're
Yeah.
still
They
4,100
come with a
pounds.
6-liter. I mean,
Challenges
come on.
go
Yeah,
around
but it's
the
also
corner, so
4,100
I don't
pounds.
think 44.
Oh man, we actually did stuff this episode.
I
Look at
feel
us.
like this was a good
This
episode.
was a this was
was
a
a
I
great
did
episode,
good
honestly.
job.
We all did.
Yeah,
and I
that was-
really enjoyed both beers, which is uncommon.
I did a good job actually posting on Facebook because I hadn't posted on Facebook in over
We
a
all
month.
did a good job.
So yeah.
Good job, yeah.
All right, well, gentlemen, 2 weeks from now, we'll
And on
be
that
back at it
bombshell,
again.
we'll be back at it a couple weeks from now.
Will we have a topic? We don't know. Leave us a topic, please.
Hang on, I'm gonna make the
Actually,
the
I
stream, I
once-
don't like this. I'm gonna make the stream freeze up and glitch out and something like that. We
Actually,
did a good job on
actually
this.
I had
We can't be
somebody
doing this.
suggest a topic for us that I'll get into later.
Okay.
Oh.
Because
So-
we actually need a topic so we can discuss it, and I can maybe actually post it on Facebook of
Yeah.
what we're going to talk about.
No, it was a Cars and Coffee, and I saw a license and registration mic, and he came up with actually probably could be a banger.
Okay.
So, ladies and gentlemen, have a good night. And we'll
Oh
see
my
you
God,
in 2
peace
weeks.
signs and hearts. Both of you guys are pussies.